Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back and visiting. Thank you for stopping by if you're stopping by. So, as the title says, I had to get a partial hysterectomy, and the title is Mind Your Own Business. Yep, if I would have minded my own business, I probably wouldn't be here now. Let's get into the story. So, I've always had really, really bad periods. Me, my mom, my granny, it's always been us. Bad periods. Now, bad periods meaning on that first day of that period, y'all, it's no eating. It's balled up in a ball all day. Painful, clots, heavy bleeding. It was bad. It was really bad. So, and each time that I'm like, oh, I've got a glimmer of hope because I hear something. I was in the dentist, not minding my business, y'all. Not minding my business at all. I was in the dentist. I heard some ladies talking and they were like, oh yeah, this microablation and I got it done and I no longer have periods and it's awesome. If I was minding my business, I would not be here. But I was not minding my business, y'all. I heard that and ears perked up. I was in the waiting room and I heard it and I'm like, what? What is this I hear? No period or no painful period? Let me investigate more. I'm not one of those to be all in people's business, y'all, but I've been having these painful periods since I was 13. And unfortunately, since my mama passed it down to me and my granny passed it to her, I passed it to my 27-year-old daughter. So now she has the same issues on her first day of period. It is horrible. You're throwing up at least 5 times and it's just horrible. It's miserable. But so I heard this while I was sitting here. So ladies, I'm like, hey, you. What was that you said? What? Can you tell me more, please? So they told me about it and I had already talked to my gynecologist the year before. So when I was ready to go see him again, I was like, hey, what is this I hear about this microablation surgery that I could be pain-free, that I would love to be pain-free? Because for some reason, the older I got, it seems like the periods got worse and painful-er. So I'm like, nope, and let me talk to my doctor about this because something has to be done. So I talked to him and he was like, well, you would be a good candidate for it. It's outpatient. It's really, nothing to it. It's basically burning the lining of your uterus and you're going to be done and it's outpatient and you're good, right? Awesome. I'm like, well, sounds like a no lose to me, right? Well, we're talking about Latrice here. And you know how people say, if it could go wrong, it's going wrong over this way? Yeah, I'm one of those. And what I mean by that is, so I got the surgery. It was easy, outpatient. Go in there, they go zoo, 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 zoo. I think it was really quick. It was easy. I'm like, okay, great. So the surgery was easy. So he was like, next month when you have your period, it should not be there or it should be very light. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's start it. I'm ready. So we're going to just say, and I don't know for real dates because I'm 50 and I don't be remembering a whole bunch of things. So we're going to say I was probably about 30, 34, 35, somewhere around there. And I had the surgery and I'm like, okay, we've got it. We're great. Well, with that, when that came, also came with the pain. So I got that done. Say it was probably about in April. I got that done. No, it was March. It was in March when I got that done. And then, so if I got the burning of my uterus in March. And then April was supposed to be my next period or the time for my period, right? Well, it came, no period came, no discharge of blood came. But, ladies, I was in so much pain. It was unbelievable. When I say I was in so much pain, I was covered in sweat. The pain was so bad. My blood pressure was skyrocketed. I was around my job walking like this because I still got to make money. Just because I'm in pain, that don't mean you can't make that money. You still got to make that money. I'm not going to use up all my sick time just because I'm like this, because then I'm going to be at home like this. I don't want to use all that time up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I'm at work sick. I couldn't take it any longer. I couldn't take it. It was about 4 or 5 days of just excruciating pain. So I finally took myself to the emergency room. I drove myself, I walked myself in. And when I say I walked myself in, I was hunched over when I walked in. Hunched over. It was so bad. So the nurses saw me just drenched and they were just like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? They take me to the back. My blood pressure is unbelievable. They keep me there. They gave me some pain pills because there's really nothing they can do for the phantom period pains. Who knows? I don't know how it happened. I don't know how, but it happened. I was in excruciating pain and I was about to die. So I talked to my doctor and then he tells me the only thing left to do is a partial hysterectomy. And at that point, the type of pain that I was in, ladies, I wanted to tell him, you can take my whole vagina and throw it away and you can burn it. You can do exactly what you did to the lining. I don't care at this point. That's just how bad the pain was. It was horrible. So, and also I'm going to go into that burning of the lining of the uterus, ladies. Let's see, how do I put this? Okay, so y'all know, ladies, we know when we sit down, you have an after whiff that may rise from the lower regions, right? And you may have, whatever. You may go to the bathroom. You smell yourself, right? Nothing's wrong with that. You know what you smell like. And some of us, when something's wrong, you need to. Anyway, but y'all, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. Why? Because if you really think about it, they just burned my flesh. They just burned my flesh. And with them burning my flesh, it smelled like burning flesh down there for about a month or so. I could not be comfortable in my skin, y'all, because sitting down, just sitting, I would sit and that after whiff of burning flesh would be so overwhelming. I was like, oh my God, I think people can smell me. And then if they did smell me, what would they think it was? Because it smelled like burnt flesh. Like would I walk past and they would just be like, she's on fire. I don't know what it was, but ladies, it was bad. It was so bad. And I'm just like, oh heavens, laying in the bed with my man and it's just smelling burntness and okay, so that was another part of it. That was just not for me. It was not for me. I was very terrified to just go anywhere thinking I'm going to smell like someone set cooter on fire. Anyway, so that's why that happened. So I had the partial hysterectomy and I'm here now. And I had that probably about 36, 37. And now I'm here. I'm 50. I just turned 50 in 2020, December. And I'm here now going through menopause. And I've already been on estrogen 1 milligram for about 5 years now. And now the hot flashes are really, really killing me. They are killing me. Waking up in the middle of the night, drenched. I already did this years ago, right before I got the estrogen. But now I'm just going through it again because I guess my body's like, hey, we're either used to the estrogen or we want something different. We don't know. But my HRT journey is coming and we will see what's up with that. Which HRT, I already was on estrogen, but we're going to look at a few other things and see what we can do, and hopefully it will be a lot better for us. So that is my story. So see, if I was minding my business in the dentist, I wouldn't have been here trying to get a damn partial hysterectomy. I wouldn't. And see, also, I should have learned my lesson because years ago, when I say if it could happen to me, it will. When I say years ago, when I was, in my early 20s and stuff, and I was trying out birth control, I heard once again, because these periods were horrible, I heard once again, if you get the Depo-Provera, it's going to stop your periods, and you're going to feel so awesome, and it's going to be great for you. I got it. I did. That's the shot where they shoot you in the top of your butt, your little hip area, and they shoot the stuff in you for 3 months, and then your period's supposed to be gone, right? Yeah, well, I'm Latrice, and instead of stopping my periods completely, I bled for 3 months. I spotted for 3 months. By that second month, my mom was like, "You're looking a little yellowish." She was in the nursing field, so she kind of could recognize, yes, I was jaundice. Because I'm trying to stop my periods. Okay, well, that's over with. We no longer have periods since the partial hysterectomy, so I don't have to worry about any more of that. I'm done. It's finished, kaput. But if I would just stop trying to change all of this up here, I would probably be just okay. But now our hormones and everything is all out of whack, so now we're trying to do something about it. So welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for coming. Please subscribe. Stick around because I've got some more stories for y'all girls. Have a good one. Bye-bye.